You're watching PNN, the Parody News Network.
Hello and welcome to PNN. I'm Wayne Deere. We have breaking news at the top of the hour. Defying all the laws of science and nature, a snowman has been brought to life. That's right, a pile of frozen ephemera is apparently now capable of independent movement and conscious thought. It's a lot to take in, but while we process this, let's go to our senior correspondent, Joe Flake. Joe, what's the story?
Well, Wayne, if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. But yes, in this quiet little town, there is a walking, talking snowman. Now, I quite simply have no frame of reference for this story. No precedent, no comparisons I can make. So I don't often get the chance to say this in my line of work, but this is a first.
Indeed it is, Joe. Tell me, have you been able to put together the backstory of just how this extraordinary event happened?
Yes, Wayne, I have. The remarkable series of events began in a small, one-room schoolhouse where magician Professor Hinkle was performing his act as a Christmas Eve treat for the children. After fumbling a trick, Hinkle evidently threw away his magic hat, which was later captured by a gust of wind and wound up in the hands of a young woman named Karen, who put the magic hat on top of the snowman she'd been building with the other children. Reports indicate that when she placed it on his head, he began to dance around.
Joe?
So, after a boisterous celebration with the children, the snowman, now known as Frosty, commented on the rising heat and feared that before long he would melt away. A quick reality check for those who deny global warming. To save Frosty, Karen agreed to hop aboard a train's refrigerator car to take him to the North Pole. It's still unclear what train line actually runs to the North Pole, but regardless, their adventure continued.
Joanne!
At an unplanned stop along the way, Frosty took Karen off the train, realizing that the elements were too much for her and that she was in danger of freezing to death.
Joe?
After a campfire that did little to remediate the situation, the pair inexplicably happened upon a greenhouse of all things in the middle of nowhere, which for some reason Frosty entered. Professor Hinkle, whose hat originally brought Frosty back to life, locked them in, and tragically, Frosty melted.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We seem to be experiencing some technical difficulties here. We'll be back in touch with Joe just as soon as we're able.
Brought Frosty back to life, chastened Professor Hinkle, returned Karen to her home, and then headed back to the North Pole with Frosty, who promised to return every year going forward. Truly an amazing tale. Wayne?
Joe! Can you hear me?
Wayne. Yes, I hear you.
Good. We were having some communication issues there.
Oh?
Okay, seems like we're good now. Well, a thorough and compelling report there, Joe, as always.
Thank you.
But that's not the right snowman.
Wait. What?
That's not the right snowman.
What are you talking about? How many other snowmen have come to life?
To answer that question, let's go right now to senior correspondent Holly Day. Holly.
Thank you, Wayne. Yes, it's true. Right here in the snowy mountains above the quiet village of Arendelle, a snowman named Olaf has been brought to life by magic.
How is this different from my story?
Reports indicate that not only is Olaf alive, but he's engaging. He tells jokes, he sings and dances, and is a true and loyal friend.
This is no different from my story.
In fact, sources have informed me that Olaf was willing to run the risk of melting in order to help a young woman he cared for very much.
You've got to be shitting me.
We'll keep an eye on this beloved character who will no doubt warm the coldest hearts. Back to you, Wayne.
All right, thank you, Holly. If any other snowmen should come to life during this segment, we will be sure to keep you informed. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You've been watching PNN, the Parody News Network.
Ho, ho, ho!